Last season, we ended on a more looking at technology at an industry level, at a more holistic level. For this season's finale, we wanted to bring in a banker and talk about what's going on in their specific institution. So today we have joining us Shane Addison, Chief Operating Officer at Dieterich Bank. Thank you for joining us, Shane.
Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
In the never-ending landscape that we're hearing, obviously every week we're hearing AI this, AI that, there is no shortage of opportunities for a community banker to spend money on technology, to go out and get the new flashy thing. How do you go about at your institution trying to define what is flash or what can I actually bring back to my institution to help us achieve our goals?
Thanks. That's a great question, and it is. There's a lot of solutions out there, as you mentioned. Some of them look really flashy, look really great. Demos sometimes they aren't always what they are cracked up to be. But we really try to look through to find out. We really like proven solutions. If something, if other organizations have had a good fit for it, it's worked well, it's helped them solve a problem, they've got a good ROI, something like that. It's definitely moves up to the higher on our list of something that we'd be looking at.
One opportunity that the community banks have is against the mega banks is being more nimble, being able to move more quickly when you find that product or that initiative to be able to move. However, obviously, unlike larger institutions, there's not an endless pile of cash coming your way, and you have to prioritize what you can and can't do. As that job got easier or harder, or how do you go about deciding where to point the resources?
I would say it's definitely harder. As I mentioned, there's a lot of different things out there competing for your dollars, competing for your time, and yes, I mean, none of us have unlimited resources, whether it's from a budget, from a dollar spend, capex, or if it's from just time. Our staff trying to implement a solution, train on a solution, things like that. So we really try to look for things that have a kind of a demonstratable ROI. Something those are definitely be kind of move higher on the list again, that if there's a problem that we have that this is something that takes us 5 hours a week to do, and the solution will help us and cut that back, well that's an easy thing to calculate and then to kind of determine if that's a good fit. Of course, there's other solutions out there that you have to do. It's regulatory requirement, or it's from a customer functionality. The customers are demanding it. There may not be a solid ROI on it, but we certainly have to keep those things take those into consideration as well.
In the answer to your question, you mentioned the people portion, bringing that staff along. The impact of having to train them on a new solution,
Mm-hmm.
and the challenges that come with that. Obviously time is not unlimited, and neither are funds. But when you implement a solution that's going to be better for your team, like you said, to save hours here and there, but there's sometimes when you do that, you also got to bring your customer base along with your tech journey.
Mm-hmm.
How do you guys handle that? Do you approach that differently? Do you have a team approach? How does the bank handle informing the customers and bringing them along with your tech journey?
Well, I think it really depends on which customer base that we're talking about. We have a large retail customer base, and the ability for us to kind of reach out to them is different than what it would be for our larger businesses. Mm-hmm. As an example, from the retail side, most of our interaction with them is through digital, that's a solution that's a system that we're looking at. We want to make things as easy as we can for the customer, and we've partnered with Murphy & Company from CSI, and to create really good guidebooks, which I think are very helpful for them. They're focused kind of on us as our bank. The screenshots look like ours. Mm-hmm. Whatever solutions that modules that we've implemented, those are the ones that are shown. And so I think that works really well for the retail customers. And then for our businesses, that's something that we can afford to have a little bit more one-on-one relationship, because it really is about that relationship banking. Mm-hmm. And so we have good relationships with them. We have lots of contact with them, where they're calling us, we're calling them in many cases on a weekly basis. So that kind of makes those interactions a little bit easier.
Okay. So I'll put you on the spot. Next 6 to 12 months, what technology are you most excited about, or to see to bring to fruition that you're really excited about, that you're really keeping an eye on right now?
We've been investing in a lot of automation solutions, and we'll continue to do so. And I really see that as something that in the next 6 to 12 months will be another kind of big project for us. Again, those are easy to kind of to build an ROI case for, and so that makes it a little bit easier. And it's a nice sell for our staff, because oftentimes the things that we're looking to automate are things that our staff don't like to do anyway. They're very monotonous, tedious, that sort of thing. So if we can, bring in a solution that can help them, and with that, kind of everybody's happy.
No, absolutely. Well, Shane, it's been a pleasure speaking with you today, and we appreciate you coming in and sharing your thoughts with us. I know the viewers out there are going to enjoy some of the insight that you've delivered. And that's a wrap of Season 5 of Talking Tech at CSI. We hope you enjoyed the series as much as we enjoy putting it together and bringing it to you. If you want to reach out to us anytime with a topic, you can look us up on LinkedIn or X and put in the hashtag Talking Tech with CSI. We hope you've enjoyed this season. It's been great, and we look forward to seeing you next season. Thank you for watching.